which sees you teamed up again with lyricist Pi Dubois. How come he was absent on your last album, Oral Fixations, and what brought the two of you back together again?
To make it short and sweet, we had a falling out, and now we're having a falling in. There was many things, over a 20-year writing relationship. But there's going to be bumps and grinds, and I wasn't pushing the right buttons, and was pushing the wrong buttons, and so we just had a split. He took off. It was Pi who decided he wasn't going to write anymore. And, but after just some brief correspondence and sort of slowly getting back into it, and he read me a few things, I started rolling back into it. So.
I think I like most of it. It's a very guitar-oriented, hard-driving album, reminiscent of, say, a Kimball Logo or some of Max Webster days.
Right.
Did you purposely sit down and say, I want to make a harder-edged album this time around?
No, you don't do that. I mean, some people do. That's not my writing process. That's not the way Pi and I operate. Pi and I get up in the morning and we start to entertain each other. Of course, you get influenced by certain things around you, but no. In answer to your question, no, we don't sit down and go, let's write a harder edge album. Let's write a rock tune today. Let's write a herd and relative. You can't dial in creativity like that. There's some days where we get up and don't write. Period. You just go, I'm not writing today. I got to get deodorant and some chia for my head. That's just the way it works. So the process takes as long as it takes. It has a life of its own. Some albums will be harder than others.
I know most of your albums have been self-produced. Why did you decide to use a producer on an album, and how did you come to choose Joe Hardy?
I hate producing. I can't stand it. It's too much pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do it with another band if I wasn't involved in writing. If I was just, Kim's going to produce this band. I hated it. It was way too much, like angst, sleepless nights. And Joe Hardy came in on the last album and mixed it, so he got very interested in my music and really liked it and said, listen, please send me tapes when you start writing. So it was a case of just lining up schedules. He was doing ZZ Top's album, so it took quite a while to finish that up. We kind of waited around for it.
I know he did a great job producing the first Coney Hatch album. I think he did Victims or something.
Oh.
Have they plans on producing anybody else now?
Well, I fantasize about doing all kinds of things. I fantasize about producing. I fantasize about being a groundskeeper at a tennis club resort. I fantasize about joining the Coast Guard. I fantasize about driving a bus for a big country rock band. I don't know. I think about doing all different kinds of things sometimes on any given day. But right now, I'm really into this.
I think a lot of people will be surprised by the funk-oriented song Lemon Wedge, which is very
You've
much...
done your homework.
Yeah, I researched all this stuff. It very much stands out as a major departure from the norm. How did that song come about? Any plans on releasing it as a single?
The second half of your question is they're looking very seriously at releasing it as the next single. How did the song come about? I guess I was listening to too many Casey and the Sunshine Band albums or something. It just, like I say, the process happens the way it happens. One day, it just started to happen, this funky kind of thing. Let me say that I don't know where this stuff comes from, but it does come from living life, and it does come from your experiences. I was starting to go dancing with my wife a few months previous to that, so I went through this month where I was going to these disco clubs and dancing and stuff, so that probably had some kind of effect on it. Just like one year I played in a country band, so all that stuff kind of surfaces up through me once in a while. So. And I don't narrow it down and go, oh, here comes a funk tune, forget it, can't go on the album. Oh, here comes a country tune, can't go on the album. I'm a fan of all different kinds of music. Every sort of style of music, there's great stuff, and there's also, some really ugly, stupid stuff.
Because when I heard it, I thought, well, it's definitely not a typical Kim Mitchell song, but then again, there probably is no really typical Kim Mitchell song. You're a very diverse musician.
I try to be like that, yeah. No, I shouldn't say I try to be like that. It just happens that way. I'm not just this kind of, this thing. I listen to all different forms of music. Maybe that's why I haven't become a huge international success, because I'm not that narrow little, I don't sound like Boston, or I don't sound like Hart, or I don't sound like, I'm just kind of like all over the place, having my own goofy little fun time,
Just to show the album, this is the album now, it's titled Itch. I think someone marked it over my button.
Looks like it.
Yeah,
Let me mark some more.
oh, there you go. Now, why did you choose Itch as the title for the album?
We wanted to call it Bitch, but we couldn't do that. It was extracted from my name
Yeah, okay.
and in my character. So.
Okay, the first single, Acrimony, sounds kind of like Red Hot Chili Peppers to me personally. What musicians do you listen to these days, and how much influence does it have on your songwriting?
I don't have a Chili Peppers album, and that has been, people have mentioned that. I guess it's just because of the style of rapping that I do on the song. All I want to say about that song is I like the tune. I'm glad we released it as a first single. It's been controversial. And how else, if someone buys this and looks on the lyric sheet and reads the words to the verses, how else am I I can't sing those words. I mean, when you look at, cooking roast beef and, cooking soup in your own rusty tin cans, I'm raking leaves all right. This guy can't cope, he can't, whatever, so. I don't know where the influences came. All I know is the process of going, I think I'm going to recitate this or rap this. Plus, I work with Pai Dubois, who's like one of the best poets we have in this country as far as I'm concerned. Why not exploit the rhythm and the poetry side?
True enough. By the way, great video. I love the video. How did the concept for that come out?
Just sitting down like this with guys with pens and, well, we could do this. Well, we could do, I mean, that's really how it starts. People start brainstorming, directors start seeing things. And it is one of the first videos that I'm proud of. I can't watch any of that video.
Well, first time I ever seen you live was back in probably around 77 with the Max Webb Street playing here in Fredericton at the Aiken Center. Now, do you guys, you're back in the Brush. Now, do you guys you still keep in touch with Gideon, Alex, and Neil, and the Rush guys? And you're all friends?
No, we don't keep in touch. I see them now and then. We're all still very friendly when we see each other, but no, we don't phone each other ever. Yeah, they have their lives. They have their wives and their kids and their families and their this and their that. And, I mean, Rush are a very high-income band, so they have the brokers and their airplanes and everything. I have my lawnmower and my inflatable boat and my tennis racket.
So when you're not,
and my guitar. Okay.
When you're not touring or recording, what are you doing on these free times?
I stay close to the water. I'm a summer person. I stay close to the water. I don't have a whole lot to do.
I know things were a lot different when Max Webster first started. I suppose the same thing you said for Rush and Triumph. You had a series of albums to progress. Nowadays, if you don't hit it with your first debut album, you're gone. I mean, what advice would you give to like a young band just coming in the music scene?
I would give the advice to look at it this whole thing with somewhat with a grain of salt. It's a humongous business with incredible, infinite opportunities. But don't throw your shoulders up and go. This is what I do. This is what I like to do. If you like it, great. If you don't, I can't do anything about it. I can't talk you into liking it. I can't persuade you. This is what I do because I love doing it. Don't do stuff. Don't try and follow trends because the time you follow a trend, the trend is over. That's what so many bands. I think maybe that explains some of my staying power on whatever level it is. It's not on a Phil Collins level, obviously, and it's not even on a Rush level, but my staying power, I never followed any trends. I never tried to create any trends. I just write music and I do what I do because I love what I do. And there's been a certain amount of people I think see into that and go, that has integrity, that has artistic value.
Because I think that really shows in your live show. I mean, it looks like you really have to have a good time and not like what I do.
Sometimes you're up there having a good time. Sometimes you're having one terrible time, but you still have to make it look like it. Yes, I have a 102-degree temperature. Yes, I have diarrhea, but I'm having a great time.
I see Peter Fredette did background vocals on this album. Is he back at the bank? So,
yeah, he's on stage tonight.
Oh, I thought you did it around here. You were Tom last time I seen Tom Cochran.
Tom Cochran and the Larry Golan show.
Yeah.
Come on, Larry, come on. It's 11 o'clock. Go on.
Spider Cinevi, great big bass player. I seen him with Streetheart a few years ago. He really blew me away. And I recently seen him with Tom Cochran. Now, is he touring with you, or is he just for the album?
No, just for the album. Peter's playing bass.
Okay. Now, you were quoted saying, "Tell an American kid Kim Mitchell's coming, and they'll say, great, who's she?" Is American recognition important, or are you content with the huge success you have?
I would love to have a bunch of people in Detroit experience what these people experienced tonight here, and other people, and I would love to connect with those audiences everywhere like that. That's the way the deck has been dealt, and I don't wake up in the middle of the night worrying about it. I try to live by all those words. I don't really care. But that's not in a negative sense. It's like, I don't care. I play music, whatever comes with that, I have to accept as best I can. That means that the Americans go, who's she? That's what it's going to be. There's a million reasons why it hasn't happened down there. I can say a large part of it's probably music. They don't care for it. Some of it's record companies. Some of it's politics. Some of it's timing. Some of it's, image. Some of it, I mean, there's so many things. But I don't think about all that. I just go, yeah. Can't entertain them, confuse them.
Well, we all love you here in Canada. That's for sure.
Well, thank you.
How's the tour going now?
So far, so good.
You mentioned earlier you played last night in London, 25,000?
Yeah, 25,000 people was our last one. And now tonight there'll be 25.
Okay, well.
Oh, 250 maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we can talk your time.
But listen, I want to say that that's fine. The important thing is the band plays good, and we get a group of people off. Maybe we'll only get 40 of them up there off, and the rest of them back here will be hustling people of the opposite sex or the same sex in some cases. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that we experience that.
Okay, well, I'd just
right.
like to wish you the best of luck, Kim, on the new album and
Thank
tour,
you.
and hopefully seeing you for many years to come.
All right. Well, thank you.
Too much.